Welcome to the Introduction to Ethics, Philosophy 7400-02. That's Section 2. CUNY first number is 16889. You don't have to have that memorized unless you're a guy who likes to memorize these things, but that's how the numbers identified in the CUNY first system. I'm Richard Legum. I'm an assistant professor of philosophy. I am the professor in this course. This course, as you can see, is fully online and a zero textbook course. Let me talk about zero textbook cost first. To be a zero textbook cost course, I'm getting better. I've had to say that a few times so far, and I've tripped over it. It means that you will not have to buy a textbook for this course. The readings will be provided for you online in various ways. And as we get into how Blackboard is arranged, and I'll explain to you what Blackboard is in a second, you'll understand where you will find these things. But you do not need to buy a textbook for this course. It is also fully online. What that means is you will not be required to meet on campus. In fact, there will be no meetings of this course on campus, or certainly no required meetings. If by some chance they open up the campus to everybody at some point, perhaps we could make an arrangement to all meet in the cafeteria or something on our beautiful campus. Um, Unfortunately, it'd be December. Otherwise, maybe we could meet on the beach at Kingsborough. But this is a fully online course, meaning it's going to be conveyed via the internet online. Now, there are two kinds of online courses, and I should mention that there are a whole bunch. There are a lot of members of our class who are brand new students here at Kingsborough. So I'm going to say a little bit by way of introduction to Kingsborough, and let me say welcome to Kingsborough. To you students, and as things I think calm down from the pandemic that we're currently being locked down under, things will change a little bit, and we'll have more options to be able to go on campus and to actually take many more classes on campus. Okay, but there are two ways in which online courses are conducted. The first one is, and I'm sure all of you are familiar of this, or the vast majority of you should be. You've certainly heard on the news about Zoom. We use sometimes, or some of our professors have been using Blackboard Collaborate Ultra if you've been here before. But even many of you in high schools have had your teachers Zooming your classes to you. That is called a synchronous mode of instruction. By synchronous, you'll see it's because it's synchronized. The idea being you get on this technology, this electronic media, and your instructor can provide you with information, and then you can ask questions, and there's a give and take. There's an ability to synchronize discussions back and forth. And that requires, though, that you show up at particular times. That's the asynchronous method. This course is not a synchronous method. It is an asynchronous mode of instruction, which means that I am going to be providing all the information online. It could be videos, it could be asking you to read things, it could be providing other videos for you to watch. And you will be asked to submit things to answer questions. Now, the way we'll get the discussion going is through something in Blackboard called discussion boards. I'll say a lot more, or discussion forum, a lot more about that. But what that enables me to do is ask a question of you. You can respond in this discussion board and come back after a couple of days and check, and you can actually have what's called an asynchronous discussion. Most of you are familiar with this because that's exactly the way texting works. Although many of you are very impatient, I know that you expect an immediate response to texts. But most of you understand that that's the beauty of text. You send out a text with a question, and somebody responds to you when they get it and when it's convenient for them. You respond to them. That's the same thing that we're going to do here. Now, I mentioned this Blackboard thing right up here. You see, it says CUNY, C-U-N-Y, City University of New York, Blackboard. I hope you can, I hope you can't read that. Somebody trying to sell me something. I forgot to get rid of my telephone from this room today. Now, Blackboard is what we call a course management system, which means that all the course content will be managed through Blackboard. You will find it all here. You will, especially since it's a zero textbook course, course, course is zero. You see, I just did it. A zero textbook course. You don't have to buy a textbook. You will be able to find everything you need to do well in this course right over here. That's not to say that you might not want to invest in some books. They're a nice thing to have. But that is uh, the way we're going to get to this stuff, and it's important for you guys, and that's part of this welcome message, to figure out how to get to this Blackboard thing that I'm pointing to over here. Now, the easiest way for you to get to it is I'm going to open up another window in my browser, which you're going to watch, and I'm going to go to www dot. You can type. You can forget about that. Just type. Actually, let's make it easy. Kingsborough Community College. Oh, look at what something popped up right over there. Click on it, but notice it tells you www.kbcc.cuny.edu. By the way, if I'm going too fast, you're watching this in YouTube. I think just about everybody knows this, but if you don't, you can stop the YouTube and back up. That way, if you've missed something, you can get it. It's like the DVR on your television. So let's click on Kingsborough Community College. Let me try that again. Okay. And by the way, for the new students, you should definitely get into this. And notice we have this tab here for current students. Go in there and explore what's going on. Here is the way you will find out information, whether you're a new student or a former student or a continuing student. Here's the way you'll find out things about Kingsborough, how we conduct things. And over here on this other side, there is this quick link. So if you're trying to get to Blackboard, which is ultimately my goal, I'm hoping you got to this video through Blackboard. But if you didn't, and you're just getting online, you're going to go to click on Blackboard here, and it's going to take you to a place that will give you information about Blackboard from the IT department. Click Learn More. Now, after you've done that, you've figured out what Blackboard or a little bit about what Blackboard's about, you can open up another tab, and then you're going to go somewhere that you've been already, cuny.edu, what we call the CUNY Board of the City University portal. I hope you've been here, you've seen it, and notice you have this login item on, well, this is kind of a menu, and here you notice it says CUNY First. Apply to CUNY, I think you've done. CUNY First, probably done that. And now we have Blackboard. And you'll click on Blackboard, which will take you to a CUNY login screen. And you will put in your CUNY ID. That's not your ID number. Your CUNY username. And then your CUNY password. And you will get into Blackboard. And that's the way you're going to be able to proceed in this course. Now, as I said, I encourage you to look around at Blackboard, look around at Kingsborough, at the website, get over here, and let me mention a few things. When is this course starting? I've gotten a few emails from students. When is the course starting? I don't understand. There's no time and date listed. That's correct. That has to do with the asynchronous nature of the course. That is, I'm not listing. There is no required time that you get on. Meaning, and that doesn't mean that there aren't deadlines. There are going to be deadlines like in this course, like there are in every other course and probably everything else you do in your life. You're going to have to get certain things in on time, but you're going to be able to determine during the course of any given week what you're doing and when you're doing it. Notice this is being recorded September 11th, 2020 at 10:15 a.m. I think you've heard about September 11th, very tragic time in our history and the history of the United States. Many people died, and we certainly would like to remember them on this day. However, the semester hasn't started. And in fact, the question is, when does the semester start? I pop up the calendar. Here's where Friday the 11th, Saturday and Sunday, you still have 2 freedom days. The semester hasn't started. The semester will start on the 14th, Monday the 14th. I will I hope to have all of the information that you need to proceed in Blackboard before then. There is information now. I want to, and you can get started. And I want you to encourage you, get on early. If you have some time today, over the weekend, you got nothing to do, you're locked down somewhere, nobody to hang out with, get on and familiarize yourself with the course. And in fact, you'll start to hear some of the stuff because I already have populated things into the course. There's a bunch of stuff for you to do already. In fact, after this, there's an assignment for you to do. Very brief assignment, very simple assignment. Okay, so that is when the course starts, and I want to mention something else. I will be conducting office hours during the course of the semester. I'll have office hours. I'm happy to talk to you. The rules are going to be that I'm going to ask you to at least send me an email because make sure that I'm not tied up with something else during my office hours. I'll try to have review sessions, etc. In fact, I'm going to try to set up a couple sessions for this week at a couple of different times for all my students, sort of a meet the professor. The professor meets the students kind of session. Just coming in, we'll talk about stuff, life in general. Whatever's on your mind, any questions that you have that I might be able to answer about Kingsborough, and maybe introduce yourself to some other students while you're there. But I'll send a notice about that out. I'm also going to send an email to you on your Kingsborough account telling you, well, giving you a link to this, but encouraging you to go through the welcome message on, go through, sorry, the welcome announcement in Blackboard, which will be right over here. Welcome to the Introduction to Ethics. You'll click on that and you'll see something more once you get into this. Well, I hope everybody has a great semester. We'll be in touch, I hope soon. I'm anxiously looking to hear your responses to the questions that I've asked you for this week, and you will get some responses from me and some responses from your classmates as well. Good luck in this semester. If you have any questions, the way to get in touch with me is via email, and you'll find out how to do that when you get onto Blackboard. Worst case, you can always use my CUNY First email address. Okay, well, here it is. I'm going to sign off from the welcome message, and we're going to pick up where the course starts.